Welcome back. The Department of Government Efficiency, as you've heard many times, is very interested in cutting the size of the federal workforce. It also, it says, wants to revamp and modernize government computer systems, which has been thought about and experimented with before. What's interesting here is Elon Musk and his team want to rebuild the Social Security Administration's base code. That's written in a computing language from the early 1960s, some of it even goes back to the 1950s, to a base code that is more modern. Now, according to a new piece in Wired magazine, that planned source code migration, especially in the very tight time frame that DOGE advisors are looking at, could, at minimum, create some uncertainty and possibly tamper with the benefits received by millions who rely on Social Security. We're joined now by Wired senior writer Makena Kelly for more on her reporting. Makena, outline this for us.
Sure. So government systems run in many ways on ancient, archaic coding languages, like you mentioned. The one in question here at the Social Security Administration is a language called COBOL, which stands for a Common Business-Oriented Language. It has been in these core SSA systems for decades. And now DOGE has come in and decided that part of their project will be to rewrite this or use AI to help translate this COBOL code into something more modern, whether that's Rust or Java or something like that, in a new modernization effort. Now, I want to impress that in 2017, the SSA had already started a modernization plan, and the plan to migrate COBOL into something modern, that they expected that to take about 5 years. That plan had to get scaled back because of COVID and resources being diverted to SSA regional offices and things like that. But 5 years was what the expectation is. And DOGE, what it's been stressed to my sources who I talked to for this, they want it done in a matter of weeks or months.
And what could happen if there is some glitch in that new source code?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that my sources are looking at. So specifically, when it comes to this SSA system, like I said, it's decades old, and a lot of it is patchwork together. One source told me that there are about 3,600 different apps within SSA, and then when you do one transaction with one customer, oftentimes people at the Social Security Administration will have to use 70 different apps. On the back end, these are all patchworked together. And the main concern with doing this translation, this modernization, is that you're not going to catch all of those edge cases. Folks who have been working on these systems for a very long time told me that it's not even a concern that the beneficiaries will be overpaid or underpaid, but in some circumstances they could not be paid at all, and the administration wouldn't have any idea if it happened.
And Makena, you mentioned this effort in 2017 that was derailed by COVID. Does the initial work product or orientation of that 2017 plan still exist? And it would seem to me, as a novice, I don't know very much about this, that would be a place for the DOGE team to begin. Are they even paying any attention to that?
Not from the people that I'm speaking to. It doesn't sound like it. If anything, they are getting rid of a lot of the staff with this institutional knowledge on how to run these systems, who know this language. Because like I said, this is a very old language, right? Kids who are coming out of engineering school right now, it's something that they're not even learning. And so a lot of these folks are getting deferred resignations, like we've heard, the fork in the road email, and also these early retirement packages. And it's those folks, right, who know so granularly how the system works, and they're asking them to leave.
And so bottom line, if you're a Social Security recipient, or you might be one in the next year or two, I guess the possible things you ought to fret about is you might drop out of the system, you might be underpaid, or you might get something that is unrecognizable to you in terms of your expected benefits and have a very hard way of solving that problem.
I do want to stress that this is a very early stages in this project, but over the last couple of weeks, we have seen massive outages at the Social Security Administration. When you were to log into My SSA and view your benefits, there was a meeting at the administration earlier this week where the acting administrator interviewed a lot of folks who are on his staff and mentioned that there is a huge uptick in people asking to receive these services, asking for insight into what it is that their benefits are, wanting to print out statements and things like that just in case these systems were to go down. But yes, the code base, this trying to modernize it. It's still very early stages. They are trying to build a team and figure out how to do this. But even while they're not necessarily messing with the code, even these cuts in staff have been it's seemingly causing issues with people trying to even access the website.
Makena Kelly, keep on this. We want to keep you around on it. Thank you very much.